Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on parallel lines rules. The following diagram represents two parallel lines that are intersected by a line called a transversal. So those two lines here are parallel lines and they are intersected by this line. That means this line cuts across. And that's why it's called a transversal, because it cuts across those two parallel lines. When this situation occurs, there are three important rules regarding the types of angles that are formed. Rule 1 is that corresponding angles are equal. Let's see what that means. Notice, in this diagram here, we have these four angles here, and then we have those four angles there. See the similarity? That part of the diagram where the straight lines occur looks exactly the same as this part. So from that we have that angle D equals angle F. Angle D equals angle F. They are both corresponding angles because they're in the same position. If you take that part and then you take that part, look at them separately. Those two letters occur in the same position in each of those parts. So they're equal and they're called corresponding angles. Angle C equals angle H. C equals angle H. It's the same size. That occurs in that position. That occurs in that position. They are basically the same position. Angle A equals angle E. So angle A equals angle E. Again, you can see the similarity of the position. So they're both equal and they're called corresponding angles. And angle B equals angle G. It's exactly the same. Angle B equals angle G. They're in the same position. They're equal and they're called corresponding angles. In rule 2 we have that alternate angles are equal. So what does that actually mean? It means that angle B equals angle F. Angle B equals angle F. Now why do we call them alternate angles? Well, there are two reasons must happen. Two situations. The first one, B and F are on opposite sides of the transversal. So there's the transversal. B and F are on opposite sides, but they're inside the parallel lines. That's why they're called alternate angles, and that's why they're equal. And you can actually see, visually, that they are the same size. We also have angle C equals angle E. There it is there. Angle C equals angle E. Again, they're both inside the parallel lines. They're opposite sides of the transversal. They are both equal and they're called alternate angles. And the third rule, we have cointerior angles are supplementary. What does that mean? Angle B plus angle E equals 180. We saw in a previous video that if two angles add up to 180 degrees, then they are supplementary angles. So B and E are cointerior angles. Why are they cointerior? For two reasons. They are both inside the parallel lines, but they're on the same side of the transversal. See, they're on the same side. They're called cointerior angles and they're supplementary. That means they add up to 180. Hence that equation. Angle C plus angle F equals 180. So those two there, when you add them up, also give you 180. They're on the same side as the transversal and they're inside the parallel lines. They are cointerior angles and they add up to 180 degrees, which makes them supplementary. Let's look at a few exercises. Give a value for each of the letters in the following diagram. We're given that this angle here is 140 degrees. Straight away we know that angle E is 140, vertically opposite. We saw that in a previous video. We know straight away that angle G is 40 because they're two angles on a straight line. We also know that F is 40. It's either vertically opposite to G or two angles on a straight line. So we have the value of E, G and F there. And up here now, because we know those angles, we can work out these ones. Angle B equals 40 degrees because it's alternate to F. See, F was 40. Angle B is an alternate angle, so it must be 40. Angle D is 40. Well, if angle B is 40, angle D is also 40. It's vertically opposite. But from here, we can see that angle F is 40, so angle D is also 40, because they're corresponding. So there are a number of reasons why that's 40. Angle A equals 140. We saw here that angle E right there was 140, so angle A must be 140 because they're corresponding angles. And angle C is also 140 because it's corresponding to this one. And over here, give a value for each of the following letters in the following diagram. We have 150 degrees here. Angle A must be 150 because it's vertically opposite. Angle D must be 30 because 150 plus 30 is 180. And angle B must be 30, vertically opposite. Because we know all these angles now, we can work these out. Angle F equals 30. See there? Cointerior angles. Angle E equals 150. Cointerior angles. Angle G equals 30. Corresponding angle with B, because B is 30. And angle H is 150. Corresponding angle with that one. So this video has introduced us to the very interesting situation where we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. And when this situation occurs, we've seen three special types of angles, and we've seen how these angles relate to each other.